How do you ask a guy if he's single without making things awkward? What do men really think about hair down there? How do you have the exclusivity conversation when you haven't had sex with a guy yet? And what do men really think about dating single mums? Welcome to Ask Mark. It's number 22 this week. And look, let's get straight into the questions. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications. But the questions this week have been phenomenal. You guys are sending in really good questions that are really getting me thinking. So I really like it. Keep them coming. Let's go. Lynn is the first one. And Lynn's question: Hi Mark, I love watching your videos. Thank you, Lynn. I would like to know how to find out if someone is single. Let's say by asking the person. How can I do it without sounding awkward or scaring the guy away? Well, Lynn, the best way, and the way I love to do this, is to literally just ask. Friggin' ask and own it. You're in the middle of a conversation, it's going well with the guy, you're flirting, the energy's good, and you stop and just say, so, are you single? He's gonna love it. Men like being liked. He's going to be hinted, yes, that you like him, but a man's going to love that. And if you own it, it's not going to be awkward, and the guy's not going to run away either, especially if he already likes you and is already flirting with you. So that should be the goal, to get to that point where you can have the confidence to just own it. Own that you like someone. Doesn't mean you're sold on them. Doesn't mean you're going to go throw them a parade and set up a shrine towards them. It just means that, hey, you've got my early interest. Let's see where you go with this, buddy. Imagine Taylor Swift, imagine Scarlett Johansson. Imagine them asking if a guy was single. Do you think they'd beat around the bush? Hell no. They'd just go straight up. So, are you single? That's the goal. Make that your goal, Lynn. If you're not up to that yet, if you're not quite there yet, one thing you can do is ask his friends. Easy way, and I'll sometimes do this naturally. So you go, oh, is your friend single? Simple. Easy, done. And the cool part is the friend is almost guaranteed to tell his mate that, so you get a little in and it makes it easier to, you like each other, so the flirting and stuff is all easier. You can ask plans. What's he doing on the weekend, or what did he do last weekend? And you say, oh, what'd you do? And he's like, oh, I went to the lake. You say, oh, cool. You go with a partner, you go with friends, what happened? And ask him more about that story, and he's going to tell you more about that story, and it'll give you some clues. And here's one more thing that I think you'll get heaps out of. If you want to ask a guy if he's single over text, this is a wonderful way to do it. This is a message that I was sent maybe 12 months ago by a woman who I met briefly. All she said was, hey Mark, great to meet and chat with you briefly last night. Wish it could have been longer. Sorry I had to run out. I don't know if you're dating at the moment, but if you are, I'd love to catch up for coffee. My number is. How good is that? Great way to ask a guy if he's single, high value, confident, without coming off needy at all. So there's ways you can work up to it. You can ask the friends, you can ask him about future or prior plans, things that he's done. But overall, see if you can get to that point where you've got the confidence to just go, so, you single? Second question. Second question is from Nat. Nat. And she says, what a fantastic video. Thank you, Nat. How lovely is Nat? I like Nat. I felt that your advice was really helpful and makes such good sense. It's amazing that you're a vet too. Wow, my question has to do with body hair and what is the deal with the Brazilian wax craze? How much of a deal breaker is it for guys? Personally, I have felt it has gotten out of control. A basic level of grooming is essential, but frankly, no hair at all is unnatural. Cheers, Mark. Okay, there's two things you want to consider here that are both very important to what you decide to do with yourself down there. The first one is, what are you comfortable with? Just like in the lingerie conversation, you've got to be comfortable with whatever you do. A guy's not going to find it sexy and you're not going to feel good if you're not comfortable with it. And number two is your partner's preference. What does your partner prefer? That's going to be the ultimate decider in the combination of what you're comfortable with and what he prefers. Now, if you don't know what he prefers yet, because you haven't been with him yet or you're not that established, then you've got to go, okay, what am I comfortable with? But what I can do is give you some sort of statistics on what men generally prefer. Most of the studies, 40 to 60% of men prefer totally clean. A remainder percentage between 20 and 30-ish prefer trimmed. And then there's only a small percentage who prefer all natural. Think of it this way. If you meet a guy who has a beautiful clean cut, who is well groomed on his face, Is it generally more attractive, yes or no? There's some women who love the Santa beard going on, but for most women, a clean-shaven guy, it shows that he looks after himself, it shows that he cares about his appearance, it shows that he takes care of himself, and you're going to find that attractive. It's the same for a man. So if you're not sure what his preference is yet, the majority of men are going to prefer either trimmed or clean. If you're not sure, go with one of those two, as long as you're comfortable with it. And then if a man prefers something else, obviously you can change it later on once you've chatted to him. But that's how I'd approach that problem. Every guy's different. You've got to adjust it to the individual man. Look, I'll be candid with you. For myself, love oral sex, so prefer clean. It's going to be different for every single guy though. Third question is from T Rain. To be honest, I think this comment actually got deleted, but it was so interesting that I thought you'd get benefit from it. So T Rain probably won't watch this video, but you can still enjoy it. T Rain says, "Hey Mark, just found you. I feel as if I've struck gold. Hurrah! I love how you explain and break things down. So invaluable and insightful. Thank you. Thank you, T Rain, even if you're not watching." Question. I've learned for myself and my heart, I need to be exclusive with a guy before I have sex with him. It can be more challenging in this way. That's great, T-Rain, and if that's for you, that's the way you should do it. As myself and the guy aren't super sure of each other until we know how we are as lovers. Still, it's a must for me as I get way too attached after sex, even to the wrong guys, which is fair. Would you change how you ask for exclusivity in my case? So this was a comment on the video where I demo with Jamia how to have the commitment exclusivity conversation with a guy. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put the link in the description. To answer T-Rain's question, no, you would not change the way you approach the conversation. All the same stuff still applies. Sex changes nothing. The reason though that I wanted to get this question in, even though I think T-Rain deleted it, was because of the concept of the change after sex. I did a video on Facebook recently. I filmed it the other day. It'll be out for you guys in a few weeks, I think. Did one on Facebook though. How to keep a guy chasing. One of my clients, Jess, was having this issue where guys were texting heaps at the beginning, and then after a couple of great dates, they were fading away. And what we figured out was that Jess was giving up 2 to 3 of the principles from the How to Make a Man Chase You video. So don't stop being single. Jess was mentally stopping being single. Having high standards for love. Jess was giving her love away very, very quickly and easily to men who perhaps hadn't earned it yet. And she was losing, most importantly, her willingness to walk. The reason I'm telling you about that is willingness to walk often decreases with sex. And this is one of my concerns with T-Rain's comment. You get this issue of guys flaking after sex. Common issue, almost every woman's experienced it at some point. I wrote the article, Men Don't Flake Because You Sleep With Them Too Soon. And if you haven't read that article yet, I'd really encourage you to read it. In most cases, in fact, in virtually all cases, men don't flake because of the timing of sex. They flake because the physical attraction either wasn't there to, the non-physical attraction either wasn't there to begin with, or it actually decreased after sex. And one of the reasons it decreases after sex is exactly what T-Rain's talking about here. A lot of women, due to their feelings getting too involved, lose their willingness to walk after sex, or at least don't have it anywhere near as much. What this communicates to the man subconsciously is that he doesn't have to do as much work to keep you. He doesn't feel like he needs to chase anymore because you're so much more sold on him because you've slept with him. He stops chasing, and women wonder, okay, why is he gone? What's happened here? Sex should change nothing. Whenever you decide to have it, first date, 5th date, 10th date, not till exclusivity, not till marriage, whenever it is, it shouldn't mean that you're significantly less willing to walk than you were before sex. Your willingness to walk will decrease over time as a man invests in you. It'll be a slow and steady decrease. That's normal. You're not going to walk away as easily from someone you're married to as someone you just started dating. Someone you're married to has a bad day and maybe, it needs space for a day. You're not going to walk away from that person. If that's someone you're just dating, you're already thinking, okay, what's going on here? Your willingness to walk decreases very slowly over time as a man invests. It shouldn't have a big dip after sex. And for a lot of women it does. And the reason I brought up this comment was T-Rain is at risk of this, and you've got to just remember to keep your standards high. Your standards and your self-respect still and always come above your feelings, whether you've slept with the guy or not. Okay, and last question is from JFM, and JFM says, great video, Mark. I have a question for you. I've recently watched a video about men's perspective about dating a single or divorced mum. I'd love to know your opinion. Thanks in advance. Great question, and we've got a video in about a week and a half, which will be the first of 3 for you single mums out there. And in that video, I'm going to talk about the mindsets to get back out there and what you need to be thinking when you go out to date as a single mum. What do men think of it, though? What do men think of dating single mums? Well, it's pretty similar to what you think of dating single dads. There's going to be some of you who it's just not right for. Whether you want more of his time, attention, and effort, or whether you just want to start a family with someone who doesn't already have one. There's some single dads and some women out there who just aren't compatible with each other, and that's okay. In the same way, there's going to be some single dads, there's going to be some men who just aren't compatible with you as a single mum. You can't control the fact you're a mum. It's a consideration, but it's not something you can change. So here's what you can do. You can go out there and present the best you. You can go out there and be the high value woman, because I'm telling you, the #1 thing that hurts single mums is the belief that being a single mum is going to hurt them in their dating. If you go out there, if you own the fact you're a single mum, if you present to guys the best you, then you're going to filter in the ones who are okay with it. And over time, some guys are going to sell themselves on the idea of being a potential step-parent down the line, and others will decide it's not for them, and that's okay. You can't control that. All you can do is control the factors you can control, which is put yourself out there. Remember, he's dating you. He's not dating the kid, he's dating you. So put yourself out there, put you out there in the best way possible, and then let the cards fall where they may. And that's how you're going to find out about the guys you date and what they think about dating a single mum. Well, that's the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed number 22, getting through them, loving it. Make sure you ask your question. Need more content, questions, area below, so make sure you put it in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, hit the little bell as well so that you get notifications. And like I say, leave your comment. I'm so appreciative of everyone who leaves these amazing questions on this channel. And we're just getting more and more good ones from all of you, and it boosts me and helps me create the content. So thank you again for watching, and I shall see you in Ask Mark in a week's time.